Welcome to VLearn Advanced Operating System session number 12. In this session, we're going to cover thread, SMP and microkernel. Now some of the topics covered in this session are process, multi-threading, multi-threaded process models, benefits of thread, remote procedure call using thread, user level and kernel level threads, relationship between threads and processes, categories of computer system, parallel process architecture, symmetric multiprocessing, microkernel, Windows 2000 thread state, Solaris's thread state. Now starting with process. The process is a resource ownership. A process is allocated in a virtual memory address space to hold the process image. The scheduling and execution. It follows an execution path that may be interleaved with other processes. There are two characteristics that are treated independently by the operating system. The dispatching is referred to as a thread and resources of ownership is referred to as the process or task. What is multi-threading? When operating systems support multiple threads of execution within a single process, then it is called multi-threading of the process. MS-DOS supports a single thread and the Unix supports multiple user process but only supports one thread per process. Windows 2000, Solaris, Linux, Mac and OS 2 supports multiple threading processes. Now this diagram shows threads and different processes. The first shows one process and one thread. The next shows one process and multiple threads. Then the next image shows the multiple processes in one thread per process. A process have a virtual address space which holds the process image and the process is protected access to processor and other process files and input-output resources. Thread. Thread is an execution state. Saved thread context when not running has an execution stack. Some per, some per thread static storage for local variables and access to the memory and resources of its process. And all the threads of a process share this same memory. Now the multi-threaded process and models. This diagram shows the single-threaded and the multi-threaded process models. First shows the single-threaded process model, which contains the user stack and the kernel stacks. In the multi-threaded process, there are different threads that contains the user stack and the kernel stack and thread control block also. Now the benefits of thread. It takes less time to create a new thread than a process, less time to terminate the thread than a process, and less time to switch between two threads within the same process. Since the threads within the same process shares the memory and files, they can communicate with each other without invoking the kernel. Now the use of thread in the single user multiprocessing system. It foregrounds to background work and asynchronous processing and speeds up the execution of the process, and it is a modular programming structure approach. Now threads. The suspending of a process involves suspending all the threads of a process since all the threads shares the same address space, and termination of a process terminates all the threads within a process. Now there are different thread states. The state associated with a change in the thread state are spawn, spawn another thread, blocking, unblock, finish, delocate register, context and stacks. Remote procedure call using threads. This diagram shows how the RPC remote procedure call works using the thread. In this diagram, there are shown two threads, thread A and B of the same process 1, and how they are running on the server side. User level threads. All the thread management is done by the application, and the kernel is not aware of the existence of the threads. Now the kernel level threading. W2K, Linux and OS2 are examples of this approach. Kernel maintains context information for the process and the thread. The scheduling is done on the thread basis. Combined approach. Combined approach is shown in Solaris. In this approach, the thread is created in the user space and the bulk of scheduling and synchronization of thread is done in the user space. Now this diagram shows how the user level and the kernel level threads work. Relationship between thread and processes. Each thread of execution is a unique process with its own address space and resources. For example, traditional Unix implementation. A process defines an address space and dynamic resources ownership, and multiple threads may be created and executed within that process. Now, example of this type of processing are Windows NT, Solaris, and Mac. A thread may migrate from one process environment to another. This allows the thread to be easily moved among the distinct systems. And some of the examples are cloud computing and MRL. It combines the attribute of M1 and 1 by M cases. The different categories of computer system are single instruction, single data. In this, single processor executes a single instruction stream to operate on data stored in a single memory. In single instruction multiple data, each instruction is executed on a different set of data by different processor. In multiple instruction and single data computer system. In this type of system, a sequence of data is transmitted to a set of processor, each of which executes a different instruction sequence which is never implemented. Multiple instruction and multiple data. It contains a set of processor simultaneously execute different instruction sequences on different data sets. Now this diagram shows how the parallel processes works. It shows the architecture of parallel processor. How the parallel processor is divided between SIMD and MIMD, and then MIMD is further divided into shared memory or distributed memory. And the shared memory is divided as master slave memory or symmetric multiprocessor SMP. Now what is symmetric multiple processing? When a kernel executes on a process, then a typical of each process does not self-schedule. It forms the pool of available process or thread. Symmetric multiprocessor organization. This diagram shows how the symmetric multiprocessor organizations work. Multiprocessor operating system design consideration. During designing any multiple operating system, these issues are considered, such as simultaneous concurrent processes or thread, scheduling, synchronization, memory management, reliability, fault tolerance. Microkernel. Microkernel is a small operating system core which contains only essential operating system functions. Many services traditionally included in the operating system are now external subsystem, device driver, file systems, virtual memory manager, windowing system, security services. Now some of the benefits of microkernel organizations are uniform interface on request made by a process. All services are provided by means of message passing. Extensibility that allows the addition of new services. Flexibility, the new features that needs to be added. Existing features can also be subtracted. Some of the another benefits of microkernel organization are portability and reliability. The portability changes the need of the port in the system to a new processor in change in the kernel, not in the other services. Now, reliability, it is a modular design and a small microkernel can be rigorously tested also. Distributed system support. The messages are sent without knowing what the target machine is. The object oriented operating system. Object oriented operating system contains the component and the object with a clearly defined interface that can be interconnected to form software. Now, designing a microkernel. It uses a low level memory management and the mapping of each virtual page to a physical page frame. Inter-process communication, input and output interrupt and management. This diagram shows how the Windows 2000 process objects. A process contains process ID, security descriptor, default processor affinities within the object body attributes. And what are the services provided by a process are creating another process, opening process, queries information, set process information, current processes, and terminating a process. Now the different thread state in the Windows 2000 are ready, standby, running, waiting, transition, and terminated. Now this diagram shows the different thread state in Windows 2000. The runnable stage of any thread contains standby, ready, or running state, and the non-runnable state contains transition, waiting, or terminated state of any thread. Now Solarises. A process includes the user address space, stack, process control block, user level threads, lightweight process, and kernel threads. This diagram shows how the Solaris multiple threaded architecture works. It shows how the different user level thread, kernel level thread, and lightweight thread are executed simultaneously within one or a different process. Solaris thread execution. Solaris thread execution contains synchronization, suspension, preemption, and elding of the thread. Now, how the user level thread states works in Solaris operating system. The user level thread contains following state: runnable, active, sleeping, or stopped. And the lightweight process contain following states: running, blocked, stopped, or runnable. Linux process. How the Linux process works. These are following points that needs to be considered during Linux process: state of any process, scheduling information, identifiers, inter-process communication, links, times, and timers, file system, virtual memory, processor specific context, running condition of any process, interoperability, uninterruptibility, stopped, and zombie process. Linux thread model. This diagram shows different stage of any thread running in the Linux process. In Linux environment, a process can be in different stage. It can be stopped, ready, executing, or in zombie means terminated. Now do it yourself. Some of the questions, topics that needs to be covered by students are thread states in different operating system, difference between kernel and microkernel. That's all for this session. Thank you.